This hypnotic experience is not to be engaged in while driving a vehicle or operating any type of machinery. If you are doing either of these, please stop the recording and come back to it at a time when you can give it your full, undivided attention. When you sat down to engage in this experience, you brought two minds into the room with you. Your conscious mind, which is the mind you use to go about your everyday tasks, and your unconscious mind, which is the mind which keeps your heart beating, your lungs breathing, and all of the automatic processes of life going. Now you may think that you don't know how to go into a trance. But the truth of the matter is that you go in and out of trance many times a day. If you've ever gotten so involved in a movie that you felt like you were part of the action, you were in a trance. If you've ever been deeply in love to the point where it seemed nothing but the object of your love existed, you were in a trance. If you've ever momentarily forgotten something, a name, a place, an address, a phone number, that was a microtrance. And your unconscious mind has all of the knowledge you need to experience trance again. I don't know how or where it will begin. Perhaps your breathing will change first, becoming slower and more regular. Perhaps you will notice your attention will narrow until my voice is your only focus. And perhaps after you notice that, you will notice other changes. Your eyes may want to close down, shutting out the exterior world. And once you do that, your unconscious mind can open its vault of experience, presenting you with old experiences which can combine into new learnings now. When you were a child, this business of learning to walk may have seemed like a great impossible task. First you were on all fours, creeping around the floor. Then one day, after watching older children and adults walking, curiosity awakened within you. You may have crept over to a door frame or a sturdy chair, reached up with one hand, reached up with the other hand, and there you were with two hands on an upward support and knees and legs still on the ground. Now that next step is a bit harder. You had to take one of those legs and lift it so that instead of the knee being on the ground, one foot was now on the ground. The next step is to push down with the foot, push down with both hands so that the second foot could come into play and be placed flat on the floor. Now suddenly you're standing there, supported by the chair, but swaying, because getting to your feet is one thing, but finding the center of balance is quite another. You may have removed one hand from the chair and moved one foot so that you turned. The chair is now supporting you from the side. Then you got a little more confident and decided to remove the other hand from that support. Whoops! Not quite ready yet. You just took a tumble. Luckily, you're on soft carpet, so you've not injured yourself. So you try again. You turn, creeping on all fours, one hand on the chair, the other hand on the chair, one foot on the ground, the other foot on the ground. And this time, your unconscious mind has made a note of the prior experience and adjusts your center of gravity so that this time, when you let go of the support, you sway, but you do not fall. Now, what was that thing the adults were doing with their feet? You put one foot forward. That feels good. You put the second foot forward. That feels even better. But then you put the second foot forward again. Mistake. Your center of gravity crashes again, and down you fall. Again, your unconscious mind takes note of this experience. And so it goes until you are putting one foot forward, the other foot forward, alternating back to the first foot. Learning to trance is much like this. You may not get it right the first time, but just like learning to walk, practice makes perfect. So, you go into trance with a hypnotist or recording once. You may not go very deeply under, but you try again, and the next trance is a bit deeper. The third trance, deeper still. Going forward with your learning and your experience until one day you find you have become a good hypnotic subject. Just like now, you're listening to me, and your unconscious mind is adding what you hear as a new learning to your vault of experience of hypnotic trance. And my voice can always be there to remind you, even if I am not the hypnotist you are trancing with at that point in time. The hypnotist is not the important person. The hypnotist is only a guide. You, as the subject, are the one who is important. Your unconscious learning creates the depth of trance, the ways trance is utilized, and the ultimate outcome or goal you go into trance in order to achieve. And your unconscious mind will remember all of this and bring it forward for your benefit whenever you need it. Now, feel the learnings you already have taking you deeper into a warm and comfortable unconscious state, a state that is pleasurable, a state where new learnings come so easily that the learning is effortless. See your mind as a sponge drinking new knowledge, and when you need that new knowledge, you squeeze that sponge and the knowledge flows forth, present and ready for you to use. And I hope that you have enjoyed being with me. I hope that you will return, knowing your unconscious mind, like a sponge, is thirsty and always ready to drink, to absorb new learnings, to integrate those learnings into your everyday life. Now, it is time to return from this experience. It is very easy to do. I will count from 1 to 5, and you will return only 1/5 of the way with each number. When you have returned fully, you will find that you are alert and as refreshed as though you had taken a 2-hour nap. And you may listen to this recording as many times as you like to increase your store of unconscious knowledge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awaken.